graduated from law school, what people told me is you should get the highest paying job you can find in your field. So that's what I did. I took a job in South Carolina with a very, very prestigious firm. And that was my first salary, $150,000 a year. And I was, I think, 25, maybe 26 years old at the time. So I thought I had made it. I thought this was like success. I was making more money than my parents had ever made. I bought a big house in a great neighborhood. I traveled. I went a couple places around the world with my friends. I was always like buying the things I wanted. But you know what about that fancy job and that fancy house and this fancy life? I was miserable. I was completely miserable. It got to the point where I would drive to work and I would be in tears by the time I got to work. I would literally be crying before I even walked in the door because it was such a hard experience for me. It just was not what I wanted to do, because what I had done is taken someone else's version of a successful life and I made that my life. And what I had to realize, and it took me a long time to realize this, was just because this is the thing someone else wants, it doesn't mean that's the thing I want. And that is okay. It is okay for your definition of success and your definition of your life to look different. Some people might think you're weird, but that is okay. So I remember this like this was yesterday. This was April 1st, 2018. I was driving to work. I was crying. And I said, finally, this just is not what I want. I don't know what I do want, but I know this is not it. So I walked in that day on April Fool's Day, 2008, and I quit. And I thought my mother was going to kill me because she could not believe that I would leave a really good job, that I would leave this really nice house, that I would leave all of these things without a plan. So I literally had no plan. I didn't have another job to go to. I didn't have anything other than a desire to get out of there. So let me tell you what I did. So if you could go to the next slide. I quit. I cut all my hair off. I dumped my boyfriend who I was dating at the time. And I left South Carolina. And if you could go to the next slide. I went to South Africa. And I went to South Africa. I stayed there for a few months. And I just wanted to like clear my head. I wanted to figure out what is it that I want in this life, because I just didn't know.